Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket or you're just happy to see me?
Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are back for another Talk Nerdy to Us. And we got a few things to talk about. Some Superman news. Apparently, it's tracking very well for its initial box office release. And a new trailer dropped. I did watch the trailer. I didn't react to it, but I watched the trailer. And I don't think I've ever wanted to punch Lois Lane as much as I did in that trailer. I've never disliked her character, but in the new trailer, for some reason, I just wanted just to punch her. I wanted Superman just to haul off and punch her through the window and out into Metropolis, basically. Anyway, I still think it looks like there's way too much going on in the movie.
I'm willing to give it a fair chance.
I'm going to watch it because I figure there is going to be. We are going to be talking about it. I'm just not going to. I just don't want to. I'm not going to see it in theaters. Let's put it that way. I'm going to watch.
I'm going to see it in theaters. I just, I'm going to give it its fair shot. I just think that opening up the Superman trailer with Superman and Lois Lane arguing with each other wasn't the best way to open up a Superman trailer. No, that's not what I want to see.
No. But anyway, so we'll be talking about that. So the new trailer dropped. Superman news. Apparently, Lilo and Stitch, might do well at the box office. We'd be really shocked about that. But there's a couple articles also that I found that apparently there's no Captain Gantu in the movie. And the director, Lilo and Stitch director, responds to fans over live action Pleakley not wearing a dress. He's like, I tried. Basically, so it's like he's responding to the upset about Pleakley not wearing a dress, and most people are like, "Who cares?" Basically,
yeah, I don't really care about Pleakley not wearing a dress or wearing a dress. Who cares? I think people were upset when they saw that he was they were using he's like a trans allegory. They were upset that they were using the shields to turn them into humans or whatever.
Which makes more sense than aliens cross-dressing on Earth. You could believe it in animation form because you can suspend disbelief. But when you have live action and you're seeing these aliens walking around, and Pleakley was wearing a dress, not because he liked wearing dresses necessarily, but they were trying to blend in. So basically they were blending in as a couple on vacation. So Jumba was wearing the outfit that the husband would be wearing, basically, and Pleakley was the wife, pretty much. That's all. That's fucking all. But now people are upset about that.
There's this Disney influencer guy on Instagram. I need to see if I can find it. Who went to the premiere of Lilo and Stitch dressed as Pleakley in a dress with the little hat and everything.
Okay.
And the little kitten heel shoes. I saw it and I was like, what the hell? But I've seen this guy at every single Disney premiere. Even Snow White. He's been to every single one of them. And for Marvel too. He's just there at every single one. Let's see if I can find him. He looks so stupid.
Whoop. Come on.
Oh, here it is.
Thank you. Quote. I love when I accidentally hit full screen.
Hold on. Let me see if he's a.
But anyway, I'll be saying hello to the chat in just a little bit. But we have obviously Lilo and Stitch news to talk about. Final Destination Bloodlines release, which we both saw this weekend. Now, Alexander Skarsgård is in the news a little bit. I'd have to find pictures of what he wore because he go there wearing thigh-high boots or something like that. It was just weird.
Who?
Or something I saw pictures going around on Twitter.
Who?
Alexander Skarsgård in thigh-high boots.
He was wearing thigh-high boots.
I could swear. Look it up on X. I saw pictures floating around on X after the news dropped about
happened.
And a little Pedro Pascal news.
I know Pedro Pascal was wearing those thigh-high boots, but I didn't know Alexander Skarsgård was wearing them.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me just see.
What happened to Alexander Skarsgård? That makes me so sad.
Yeah, here. I'll share my screen. Would you? Oh my god, my mouse is like driving me fucking nuts. The roller thing won't work anymore. Here, this is like one of the images I saw because I like basically looked it up so I could find the article I saw through X. Here, look.
Oh my god! Why is he doing this?
I told you I saw pictures going around. He's wearing thigh-high boots.
This makes me so sad. What
pretty much
is going
last
on with the men in Hollywood? I don't understand it. Look, I don't like Alexander Skarsgård as much as I like Jeremy Renner. Okay, Jeremy Renner is like my number one actor in Hollywood. He's talented on all fronts, and the man has been through some shit. And Alexander Skarsgård was like he switched between 2 and 3, all right? And now I'm just like, he's at the bottom of the barrel. What is going on with Alexander Skarsgård right now? It makes me so fucking sad. Oh,
I'm just saying. Just saying. Yeah, so I don't know what Hollywood is doing to men nowadays, and Trey, I saw your comment. Was he in The Crow? Because I thought that was his brother Bill Skarsgård, not Alexander. The Crow reboot. That was Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, The Crow was Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're related, so yeah, like same last name, but it was Bill Skarsgård.
Like he was so good in Generation Kill. That was when I was like kind of first introduced to Alexander Skarsgård, and then like I started watching True Blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Far Cry.
Sorry to ruin that
Eric
for you,
Northman
but I was like,
would never.
No. But anyway, yeah. So we got like it's like some news to talk about today. I must go through the chat, and I figured maybe we'll talk about Final Destination first, since that is kind of like a semi-movie review. So, you're reading the comments, are you? I gotta catch up. So,
Disbrew says he spent his whole life trying to pretend he didn't want to hide the sausage. I've never heard.
You never heard that about him, or the expression "hide the sausage"?
The sausage.
I was gonna say, which one have you never heard of? Anyway,
I've never heard of hide the sausage.
You never heard of the expression "hide the sausage"?
No.
Oh, my sweet summer child. I gotta corrupt you. I really have to corrupt you. Hello, Trey. Member message from Jaluk, 27 months. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Conroy, what is up? I gotta get a new mouse. Like my roller part is not wanting to work. Daniel, what is up? Last Toxic Male was like one of the ones having fun with the text to speech on Lethal Stream last night. Red lingerie is the bee's knees for real, for real. I kind of agree with you there. J.O., the Stormtrooper, TK5555, make the Empire competent again. Well, it's Disney's behind it, so you know that's not going to fucking happen. Mike Hill, good to see you. Bruce, hello. Cappy Nova, good to see you. Hello, everyone. If I missed anyone, I do apologize. Anthony Way, hello. So,
man, I can't believe Alexander Skarsgård was wearing thigh-high boots.
Yeah, I know. Sonic Jaded, hello. Soul Assassin, good to see you. Mo Monty, what is up? Disparu, there you are in the chat. Oh yeah, the Spider Noir trailer. Did you see that? It actually looks like it could be entertaining. The Spider Noir.
That looked really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it. Alexander Skarsgård evokes thigh-high drama in Saint Laurent fetish. They're called fetish boots.
So, well. Erica Durance, it will always be the real Lois Lane. We'll talk about the trailer. I don't know if we'll exactly watch it, but we'll talk about it.
There are cameramen standing behind this man, looking incredibly disappointed. Like they are staring directly at his boots with a face full of shame. and disappointment and disgust. Like that's how they look.
Yeah. Tara, I saw your comment. I do have a set of red lingerie, just one set, but I do have it. I've worn it before.
Oh, there's a close up of the boob.
Steph will never be the same again.
I'm not okay. Why did he do that?
So we'll get into talking about like the new Final Destination. Yes, I did see. Did you see Perry Chan's?
I did. It's amazing.
Like, actually, like
Let's play that.
We'll play it. We'll play it. It's like I'll have to find it again. But I would not say it makes me excited necessarily for the movie because it's James Gunn, and I think it's like I do not have any high expectations at all for this movie from what I've seen. However, that's how you cut a Superman trailer. That is how you cut a Superman trailer. I'm not even the biggest Superman fan. I prefer Batman, but that is how you cut a Superman trailer and get people excited for a Superman movie. Hello, Dinner Bells? Yeah, Jambalaya. Jumba. Thank you, Andrew. Good to see you. Psychotic Mongoose, what is up? If I missed anyone, I do apologize. I'm trying to make sure I get through everyone. Some Norwegian guy. The first three Final Destinations are some of my favorite movies. The fourth one was disappointing. The twist in the fifth one was really good. I still have yet to be able to sit down and watch the fifth one because I did not watch. I was told basically to skip the fourth one. Even when it came up, we were it sucks. Didn't have a chance to watch all the fifth. Had to watch the fifth one, but I did see the new one, and I figured out I'll be able to figure out what's going on in the new one. Basically, this is my kick. I'm currently playing through Doom: The Dark Ages. So I'll be live there tomorrow. JM, hello. You're barming. Yeah, he's going fishing in those boots. He's going fishing in those boots, and they are hella gay. At least they're not high heeled, I guess. But they kind of remind me of remind me of the German boots from World War II, just thigh high. You ever see the German officers wearing the boots, basically like the riding style boots, basically?
Thigh high boots, Mara?
I said just but they remind me of those types of boots, but just thigh high.
Oh, okay. Yahtzee boots?
Yeah, Yahtzee boots.
I can't stop staring at this photo. Everybody looks so disappointed in him.
He's finally living his true self. Oh, okay. If I miss anyone again, I do apologize. I know I did see Terror Crystal later on, but I'm going through the chat. I swear to God, if you two talk about Godzilla, I will smite thee. I was explaining to a normie, basically, Godzilla. All right, so there's no way I can go into details about. Thank you for the super chat. But I was trying to explain in a way that she would understand how Space Godzilla came into being.
Oh yeah, he's getting so mad at us. All right, look. After seeing this photo of Alexander Skarsgård, I know you guys haven't sent any super chats for shots, but I'm drinking. All right, I'm so disappointed in this man.
But there is
very sad.
Tara, yep. The term is innuendo. Yes.
This is Texas whiskey. I'm almost done with
it. Jason Voorhees got a new design, and it is meh. It is meh.
I think I'm gonna.
And he hugged a Gimp too. He hugged someone in a Gimp mask. So.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Lingerie. No, I'm not going to do a lingerie stream. All I said was I have red lingerie. Calix, hello, good to see you. Movie Metal Rock McDonald. Superman may underperform at the box office. We'll talk about that, the box office tracking, at least right now. Anything could change. So, high heels are for women only. I saw sexist. I think high heels should be only for women, basically, because it's basically to accentuate our asses. Pretty much the point of high heels. To make us taller and to accentuate our butts.
I'm sorry.
What? She's gonna get drunk because of this. Yeah, drinking the sorrows away. Yeah, I got to get a clip of the interview that Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck were doing for the press tour of Batman versus Superman, and the whole "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend" to play for Steph because of this. So I gotta get the "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend" clip because that's what you look like right now. Yeah, sad fleck. We gotta get the sad fleck clip.
I'm laughing way too loud.
Oh, but anyway, how about we shift gears? We'll get back to talking about Alexander Skarsgård and his thigh-high boots and Gimp mask, and we'll talk about Final Destination 6. Final Destination 6, Bloodlines. All right, now, so we'll most likely be getting into spoilers as we will be talking about the movie. I don't think there's any way to really talk about this movie without getting into some spoilers. How is Doom Dark Ages? I'm enjoying it so far. I'm thinking it's a return to form, like Doom 2016. I agree with Extra Zero a little bit. It does move a little slow, and I think that's part of that is because of like periodically tutorials will kind of pop up, like, oh, like now you can like do this move sort of situation, or you can do this, and it kind of like stops it, and like it doesn't feel like it has a good flow. So if there's a way to turn that off, it would have, I think, a better flow to it. But otherwise, the parkour is gone. So if you hated the parkour, it's gone pretty much. He still has to climb and everything, but he doesn't have to jump like he's fucking Spider-Man in the game, which is what I hated from Doom Eternal. And I think like it's not exactly Slayer focused. So while Doom 2016 is more focused on the Slayer, this one is not as focused on the Slayer, but it goes back to 2016 mechanics in a way, with a few weapons added. So I love the shield saw. That's my favorite part of this. I love like throwing it like I'm Captain America and seeing how many demons I can get. But anyway. So Final Destination Bloodlines. I almost didn't remember what we were talking about. What did you think of the movie?
I loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I liked it too. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but I was like, okay, this feels like I'm watching in tone basically the first 3 Final Destination movies. Like they realized, hey, we fucked up with 4 and 5 pretty much. Let's ignore that those 2 happened. Like not really.
Well, no, you don't. It doesn't ignore that those 2 happened. Doesn't it reference one of them? The drowning one?
No, when I say ignore, I mean like the shift in story, basically how they told the story, basically. So like to kind of like ignore what we did in those movies and return to how we did it in the first 3 movies, basically. But they reference all the movies pretty much prior to Final Destination Bloodlines. They kind of have to. They definitely reference 2 quite frequently, especially with the log truck.
With the log truck, yeah.
Illusions, because like that traumatized an entire generation of people.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. They're kind of like course correcting with this.
Well, see, I don't know. I don't look at it as a course correction. I look at it as a great way to wrap up the Final Destination series, like the collection of movies.
It's definitely a course
because this felt. I don't know if it felt like this to you, but it felt very like finite. Like it was done. This was.
I'm saying like it does. It's kind of like a course correction to a satisfying conclusion, basically. So it's like we're not exactly ignoring everything that led up to it, but we're going to return to form to the first 3, like the feel of the first 3 movies in this finite Final Destination Bloodlines movie, because it goes back to the event that pretty much started it all.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it. Like, and it has a plausible explanation for Tony Todd's character and why he knows as much as he does.
Yes, because it wasn't like a lot of people when you go and watch that, people are like, "Oh, he's death," or "He's like a representative of death."
I would have accepted that, but the explanation we give, it's given in this movie.
I love
like, okay,
that explanation for him. I love his character. It's so good, and the fact that that's his last film, you know, and
and it's a fitting conclusion to his character. I like that. It's a fitting conclusion to his characters. Jigwad, stop trying to bring logic into a Final Destination movie. It's literally death saying I'm coming for you. In the most creative ways possible. Creatively fucked up ways possible. But it's like a proper correction. Super chat, thank you so much. The kid at the Space Needle got what was coming to him. Yeah. I actually was like, please.
But I can't believe. Oh man, I was like, dang.
I was like
they
that
really
too. But
doing that to kids now. Okay.
They did not hold back. They did not hold back.
No. As soon as it look, this is what I'm gonna tell you guys. As soon as it starts. Like you jump right into the movie. Don't blink. Don't go to the bathroom. Like it'll be over pretty quickly. Just stay there and just watch it. Because like if you turn away, if you look down, if you blink, like you'll miss something. Like it's crazy how fast this movie moves.
To be fair to Tony Todd's character, it's like who's going to believe him? Basically, like if he tries telling people like death is coming for you, or, like and like this is why sort of situation. Like who would really believe him? Unless like what happens in this movie, they come to him. Like, would you really buy like what he's like talking, or would you think he's nuts? I would argue, like, yeah, like, I probably wouldn't be talking a lot if I were him either, because who would believe me? Unless they saw the proof for themselves, such as the main character in this movie, where her grandmother actually risks stepping off the porch. And it's like, well, you're not believing what I'm saying, so
seeing
you just have to see, like, seeing is believing, basically.
Yeah. Well, her whole book though, like it had everything in it. It had the plane flight from the first movie. Like it had so much stuff in it, and the way that she was able to predict the future, I guess, and then like the granddaughter now too. I was kind of like, it's not as fun, because it's more fun when it's just super random, you know?
Well, see, I think like I would have liked the book. I agree with Trey. The book kind of was wasted, where it's like I would have liked to actually study the book with the family. Okay, like look through it. Doesn't exactly have to go into detail, but all she does is pull out the timeline and like this, and that's pretty much it as far as the book goes. She carries
that was a crazy tree of people.
No, I'm saying like that was good, but at the same time, it's like that's pretty much what like the focus of the book was in that one scene with the family, because she carries it with her. But that's pretty much it from what we see of her going through the book mostly. So I'm like, I would have rather like the family actually go through it with her, or at least some of the family go through it with her. And like, okay, especially after the one death where she's like, like they like, okay, now we gotta listen to you, because you kind of predicted what was going to happen. You just got the order wrong because of a certain factor you did not know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we should have that's the scene where we should have believed you. Let's go through this book, pretty much, sort of situation.
Yeah, the book was wasted. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen more of the book.
Mm-hmm. So, and then, what did you think of the characters? I'm trying not to go into spoilers. If you want to see the movie, I don't want to like spoil anything.
I don't want to spoil the movie for you guys, because I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of the family?
It's worth checking out, like if you're a fan of these types of movies, or if you just want like a really cool, like fun time, just turn your brain off, go and enjoy these movies. I mean, you pretty much, when you're going and watching these movies, you're not expecting, cinema, brilliance. You basically go and go to be entertained, and this movie definitely was entertaining. Mm-hmm. So I don't really want to spoil it for you guys too much.
What do you think is like, because Trey said this and I kind of agree with him. It's like the one time where I'm like, I didn't really want any of the characters to die.
Yeah.
Like I knew they were going to, because again, like basically the common theme amongst the Final Destination movies is you can't cheat death. Like you might escape it, but death will come for you. Because if your time, death will come for you. So, but in this movie, I was like, like the family dynamic was believable, and I'm like, I don't want any of these people to die.
I think that like Daniel says the Penny Kid was the only one. Yeah, the Penny Kid was so freaking obnoxious.
I was like, that was the one where I was like, okay, like when okay, spoiler, like a piano falls on him, I was like, fuck you. Like,
the Penny Kid was so obnoxious. I was totally okay with it. I didn't see it coming because I think like there's only been two child deaths, but like not like little kids.
But like they were like no, it's not to little kids. They were
not to little kids. Not to little kids. And then I was like, that is a child. Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, they did not hold back.
Like they really set the tone for this movie when it was like when it was a child. Yeah, they were teenagers. So I was just like, okay, like that's, I mean, it's not like okay, but still, but this was a child. This was a legit child. He was obnoxious, but it was still a child. So it really like set the tone. But the movie itself, the only character that kind of like I was just like, I don't really like her was actually the main character. And I don't know if it was because of her acting, but I mean, what are you expecting with these Final Destination movies?
Mm-hmm. I think she wasn't bad. Maybe she was like maybe the weaker part, but for the most part, I'm like, okay, I want to see what they try to do because she's the one that she doesn't exactly figure out the equation. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Women strong, women know all, women see all. Yes, thank you for the money.
Well, to be fair, I think that there's like two other Final Destination movies where the girls like had the premonition.
That was 2, and I didn't see 4 or 5. So like, which one was it? 4 or 5? I know 2 definitely was the one. The female, female.
Yeah, 2, and then the one with the girl that drowns. I can't remember which one's that one.
They bring her up. I think they like.
Yeah, they brought her up. They brought up the girl that drowned. Yeah.
They do like when I say reference chat, they actually do especially when Tony Todd's talking, like brings up like there was only one that escaped death.
Cheated death.
Yeah,
but she didn't. Remember, if you watch that movie though, they didn't really escape death.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they're at that restaurant, they're like at a cafe or something.
So 2 and 3. Okay, so it's like I knew 2. Okay. Because 1, 4, and 5 were guys.
Because they ended up dying. They ended up dying anyways at the end, or at least they implied that they died. So she didn't really cheat death.
Yeah.
But the family, I didn't want them. Like I didn't want anything to happen to them. I don't know why. I don't know if it was because of the family dynamic or the way it was written or the fact that that like this is the last family in this whole line of crazy incidents that have happened to people. So you kind of like, you're sort of like rooting for them because they're the last ones out of everybody. So you don't want them to die. I don't know if it's that.
Well, because if you see the Final Destination movies, the order that the people die in the premonitions is the order that death comes for them.
Mm-hmm.
And in the premonition, the grandmother was the next to last to die, basically. So it's her, then the family, and so you're like shit. You're the last
lady, though. She should have just stayed in the cabin. Like eventually the granddaughter will come back to see her. She should have just stayed in the cabin.
Well,
I was like, "What are you doing? Stay in the cabin."
But now it's like with them being the last family, as you point out, like finite, pretty much. Like because the timeline. Is the
lady family black? No, they're all white.
Yeah, like the
they're white and one of the dads is Asian.
One side is mixed, basically. But like like no, it's like it's. But at the same time, it's like when these people die, that's like the end of like the whole.
Yeah, because you don't want death to win. Like I think maybe that's it. Like I don't want death to win. Come on, let's go. I don't want death to win. But yeah, there was a character. What is his name? He's from The 100. And I didn't want him to die just because I liked his character in The 100, and I don't know.
I never watched The 100.
It was kind of dumb.
Which character?
But he's from The 100. So I was like, oh man, he's gonna die that sucks.
Which character? What? Because I never watched The 100.
The
so
older brother.
Oh, the older brother. Okay, so
the older brother. Yeah, I didn't want him to die. So he doesn't die. Or does he? I don't know. You have to go see the movie.
Yeah, I'm saying it's like there's no way we can talk about this
without
spoiling anything.
I liked that one, and I liked his the way his sort of like protectiveness over his older brother or his younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, are you happy Paco survived?
I'm very happy that Paco survived. I will give away this spoiler. Okay, I will give away
the turtle in the movie.
Movie.
I was afraid
it's a tortoise. There is a tortoise in the movie named Paco. He is a teeny tiny tortoise. And yes, I'm very happy that Paco survived.
As soon as I saw him, because I watched the movie Friday afternoon, and as soon as I saw that Paco was a turtle, I was like, please, dear God, anything. The movie could be crap, but let the turtle survive, because I will not hear the end of it. Because I will not hear the end of it if I tell Steph to go see the movie. If Steph sees the movie.
Oh, the main character, her name is Stephanie. Yeah. The movie, her name is Stephanie, and there's a turtle in the movie. This movie was made for me.
Yeah.
Except she spelled her name.
But like, there's always things that happen where like the animal's either involved in it or something happens. Like, you know, I'm like, just please, like, don't let anything happen to this turtle.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that turtle, I was like, they better not be carrying that turtle or something like throughout this movie, because I will have so much anxiety for that goddamn turtle. Like, put it down, leave it alone.
Anyway, but I think that's pretty much all we can really talk about with the movie. Well, let's talk about Tony Todd just real fast. Like, his final performance. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. And like I said, I think it's a fitting conclusion to his character. Like, he basically does provide exposition, but it's believable enough because he's basically saying, hey, yeah, you're pretty much all fucked.
I liked his character. I like that they gave him a backstory and even more character development, and like
but then he says, like, you know, life is precious, basically. Like, I'm going
to he has like a really good message in it.
Yeah. Like, I'm enjoy whatever time I have left, basically. So it's like you know, it's both like it hits different, like, hits on multiple levels, basically.
I think he said that. I think I read somewhere that he improvised that.
I would not put. Yeah, I buy that with Tony Todd. I buy that, and if he did, like, you know, I like applaud that, because like I said, it hits on multiple levels. Where he's like, he's telling them, hey, yeah, the outlook does not look good for you, but cherish the time you have left, basically. Because basically at that point they like try to figure out a way to cheat death, and he's saying, and he's basically accepted his fate. At this point, he's accepted his fate.
It says he delivered a heartfelt farewell to the franchise, which was largely improvised. Rather than sticking to the scripted lines, Todd was given the freedom to speak directly from the heart to the fans, offering words of wisdom and a personal send-off. So all of that was off the cuff. That was that was all improvised. Which is cool, because like what he says, you know, what his final words are, they're really good.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to say too much because like while it's like not exactly a surprise at this overall scenarios that happen in the Final Destination movies, because the whole point is you can't cheat death, you cannot escape death. I don't want to take anything away from you guys if you have not seen this movie, because the deaths are brutal, they are creative. Basically, they are creative, and it's pretty much the final family. So it's like, I want you to like to go in and, like, you know, actually experience, if you want to see this movie, basically experience watching it on the big screen. Trey Sanders is his third favorite in the franchise. I could buy that. I would put it like 2-1. This one.
You like 2 better than 1?
I think 2 is slightly better than 1. Even though I generally give it to the first one in franchise, because the first one kind of like, you know, sets everything in motion. I give the edge to 2. I think like like it really got creative in 2, like with the kills and everything, and I feel like just style wise, story wise, was slightly better than 1. 1 is still good. 1 is still like a good starting like point to like the Final Destination franchise, but I would go 2, 1, 6, 3, and I didn't see 4 or 5. So, so yeah, I'm kind of like with Trey. Hey, Retro, good to see you. Like I'm kind of with Trey. I think 2 is where they got their footing. Where it's like 1 is like it's the foundation, it's the setup, literally, and then 2 is like, okay, now we know what we're doing. Boom, let's just go crazy. Tier list for Final Destination. Well, I'd have to see 4 and 5.
Yeah, she'd have to see them, and it would be pretty short tier list. It'd be
a pretty short tier list, basically. Yeah. But that's my order so far. But anyway, but there is like, yeah, that is our. But let me bring up like the article I have because share screen. Where are you? I have so many tabs open. It's not even funny sometimes.
Me too.
So basically, it opened to record-shattering $51 million in US and $102 million globally. So it did pretty damn bank at the box office opening weekend. So it's already like it's tracking. I mean, I'm not sure what the drop is going to be. I'm going to be like paying attention to like next weekend. But yeah, so basically, the supernatural horror pick marks another win for Warner Brothers. Elsewhere, the weekend's companion movie, Hurry Up Tomorrow, sang out of key in its nationwide debut. Let's see, does it go into the budget for this? Bloodlines. No. Minecraft movie.
The budget's around 40 million.
Yeah, budget was on 40. So it basically it's making a profit just opening weekend. Budget on 40 million, it made a profit because basically you would take 40 million times 2.5, which would mean they'd have to get like about 100 million to break even, and they've made globally 102 million. So they're on track basically to make a little bit of like a profit.
Yeah, I know my theater was it was really packed. So
I saw it Friday afternoon, so like, it really wasn't packed. But I wanted to like, my brother was coming over Friday evening, so I knew I wouldn't be able to see it Friday evening. And I wanted to make sure that I watched it early enough, like plenty of time where I wasn't like breaking my neck to watch it. But if you want to watch a special copy, because I did a watch party in my Discord for another movie, and then Cowman brought up the C's copy, and it looks like you would not know it's a cam version of the movie. That's how good it was. Like it's like it's kind of in a way obviously a cam version, but the sound is good. It's not like the jostling you get sometimes when people are trying to like focus or anything like that with the cam version. So there's a way to watch it if you don't have time to go to the theater. Just saying. I don't know if I'm going to be able, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to go see it in the theater again. I would like to. That version was released before it was even in cinemas, probably.
Oh, was it?
Maybe it was a good copy. It's a good copy. It was a good copy, basically. Final Destination Bloodlines making a profit isn't surprising. No, I'm not saying like it is surprising. I'm saying it's on track to make a profit right now. Just with its opening weekend. Now, typically there is a drop from weekend 1 to weekend 2. However, sometimes the drop is not that big, especially if word of mouth is very good. And I think word of mouth for this movie has been more positive than anything that I've seen, basically. Like most people are saying it's like the best since the first 3 Final Destination.
Very good.
So, and I would agree with that. I think it's a return to form for the initial, basically, I would say Final Destination trilogy. And it does have competition though, because the new Mission Impossible movie comes out this weekend, right? And then Lilo and Stitch also comes out this weekend.
Yeah, it was really. I think it was really dependent on this movie, simply because so many movies are coming out this summer. And given that it made 102 million in its first weekend, that's really good for this movie.
Yeah.
So.
And I figure like you'll be watching Mission Impossible. I'll at least be watching Lilo and Stitch.
I'm
so
watching both. I already got my Mission Impossible tickets. I'm hoping to see Tom Cruise. I hope he pops into my theater. I really want him to. And if not, then I'm going to book it over to the other theater because we only have 2 IMAXs here. We only have 2. So it's a 50-50 chance at the theater that he's going to. So I'll be at one theater. I think Gary says he's going to be at the other one. So it's going to be the 50-50 chance that we see him.
Well, we'll see. Like she's going to be seeing Mission Impossible, and I will be watching Lilo and Stitch at least for next weekend. So which are you more excited for, Mission Impossible or Lilo and Stitch?
Mission Impossible for me. I love that franchise.
Then Karate Kid Legends is after that, and I have no plans on seeing that movie.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to see Karate Kid Legends. Like I loved Cobra Kai. I love Cobra Kai, but I liked it for Johnny Lawrence. Like that's the whole reason that I loved Cobra Kai.
But it's like, well, I was gonna say it's Johnny Lawrence's story. Like the way it ends, it's like it's like basically Johnny Lawrence's story post the Karate Kid movie.
I didn't really care for, like we saw Daniel LaRusso's movie, and he's now friends with Johnny Lawrence. I don't really care about Daniel LaRusso past that. And I did not like the Jackie Chan Karate Kid, so I don't really care about this new Karate Kid movie.
Yeah, I did not like the Jackie Chan Karate Kid for multiple reasons. One of which is it's called The Karate Kid, and he teaches Kung Fu.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you calling it Karate Kid? You're teaching him Kung Fu. Totally different martial arts styles. But hey, what do I know?
Steph needs a best friend to watch Terrifier. That's Mara.
So I'll watch it with you. If you don't watch Terrifier, I'll watch it with you.
I have friends.
Oh my god, Last Toxic Male. Anyway, so I figure
the only part that I liked in that Kung Fu Karate Kid movie with Jackie Chan was that scene where Jackie Chan, like, you learn about his past. But I think the only reason I liked it is because it reminded me of Mr. Miyagi when we learned about his past and he gets drunk. Like, that was the only thing.
Yeah.
So I can't handle the Terrifier now.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think Steph can. I'll watch it with her if she wants to watch it, but I don't think she can handle the Terrifier movies. But anyway, so that's a little bit of Final Destination talk. Again, I did not want to. I would try to avoid spoilers as much as possible because if you have not seen it, it's a movie where it's like if you enjoy the first 3 Final Destination movies, you should go see this in theaters.
Terrifier's the clown, right?
Yeah, Art
played by the guy that played the Joker in the fan films.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like what he'll do sometimes, I've seen footage of this. Is like he'll dress up as Art the Clown and go to conventions, and like just freak people out. Yeah. So it's like he seems pretty cool that way, basically. Yeah, but Art the Clown. So, Pinhead would be a cool cosplay. I gave, when I was talking about on my YouTube channel, like our top 10 like killer slasher like horror movie icons, basically I gave the edge to Pinhead over Michael Myers, basically, because with Michael Myers, as cool as much as I love Michael Myers because of the character and the way Dr. Loomis describes him, I gave the edge to Pinhead because when the Cenobites come, you're pretty much fucked. It's literally the meme, I might as well die now. Like, you are fucked if the Cenobites come. And you can maybe outrun Michael a little bit. You can maybe survive a little bit because Michael doesn't run. So you can create some distance between the two of you. But Pinhead comes, you're fucked. Anyway, do you want to talk about Superman, the new Superman movie, or do you want to talk about Lilo and Stitch?
Hold on. I want to share something with you. Hold on.
I was wondering what she was looking at because I see that like her eyes go like this.
Wait, I need to look this up really quickly.
I'm like, morbidly curious and apprehensive. Like what? Because I've like some of the stuff that she shared with me, chat, where she's made me watch, makes me like concerned.
Look, I'm gonna tell you.
Thank you, Ellen Page. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
Aesthetics have gone too far. Okay. It's all about the aesthetic nowadays. This is going too far.
The only way that the girl in the first movie had a bargaining chip is because the Cenobites were looking for another person. Otherwise, like you'd have to really dig down deep for a bargaining chip. Because once they come, you're fucked.
Mara,
yeah.
I don't even want to share this with you.
I'm gonna say like the third one, while it's a step down from the first two, because Hellraiser really is based on one book, is a fitting conclusion. It's a fitting conclusion to a trilogy in a way. After that, yeah, no.
I don't know. Okay, this was shared on Twitter, asking if like this is an actual thing. And I
Share woman.
I had to Google it. All right, I had to Google it.
What the? Okay, what did you see that made you want to fuck up your search history with scrotum filler? What did you see in your like? Because your search history is fucked now. Do you know what ads you're gonna fucking get now?
Look, it's scrotum filler.
Yeah.
Scrotal enhance. Let me read this for
I'm
you guys.
with you, Trey. N-word. Why?
Let me read this for you guys. All right. Scrotal enhancement involves injecting hyaluronic acid filler into the scrotum's dermal layer, making the scrotum appear larger, fuller, and heavier. This aesthetic clinic male enhancement procedure is all about enhancing the aesthetic of the scrotum and is often combined with penis filler. Scrotum enlargement helps reduce wrinkles and increase the overall size of the scrotum. I'm not reports making their sexual experience more satisfying. Listen. Is this the thing for men? Is this a do you guys worry about the size of your scrotum?
Last toxic male, I'm not debating this. Okay, women, yes, we like them. Okay, but I'm more concerned about Steph's search history right now. I'm not disagreeing with the.
Look, I knew this was bad.
The point of it, I'm wondering what she saw on social media for her to go. I'm going to go into Google and type in scrotum filler and see what comes up.
Look,
that's what I'm wondering.
I need to know. I need to know.
We need a timeline of topics that went through your head to take on a specific subject.
I need to know. Do
but then you offer tuning in to talk about scrotum fillers with Steph.
Do men worry about the size of their balls? Like, is that a thing?
Steph needs to know. Steph needs to know. She will not be able to sleep until you answer her burning questions.
I know.
Trey's like, I'm drinking now. Her son's like asking for a friend.
Here, look, I'll show you what I saw on Twitter. Okay? It's literally just a screenshot.
And Craig's like, and that's the stream. Good night, all.
It's literally so I got here from Mike. Helps reduce wrinkles? ? Please tell me only gay men are doing this. And it's this. So I was like, this can't be real. And I Googled it.
And you found out it's real. Apparently
it's real. So I need to know.
Yeah, Anthony's like, no more sauce for her. Check, please. Anyway, let's kind of get back onto the topic of nerd news. Yes. $2 super chat.
No, I'm saying aesthetics have gone overboard. All right. Women are injecting their faces, men are injecting their balls. What is going on right now? Like, just be happy. Just be happy. Stop it. That can't be good for your penises, right? That can't be good for your balls. It's acid.
Yeah. Hyaluronic
acid.
That hyaluronic acid wasn't real acid, basically.
It's acid, and it doesn't dissolve either.
Anyway,
because it's filler. So it's filler.
If you want to learn about scrotum filler, Tara Crystal, be my guest, basically.
But it's hyaluronic acid filler. And the lie that these injectors will tell you is that this filler dissolves. It doesn't dissolve on its own. Do you know what happens to it? It travels. Okay, it travels around your body. So you're going to put it up. You're going to stick it in your balls. It's going to travel to your thighs or your penis or your, I don't know. So it travels. It doesn't dissolve. It stays there forever. Once you put it there, it stays there forever unless you actually go and get it dissolved. Oh my goodness. This is terrible.
You want to look this up?
They have before and after photos and they're blurred because I have Safe Search on.
Good, because I didn't want you fucking bringing them up and getting my channel nuked.
They're blurred because I have Safe Search. So like I can't view them.
A sweet summer
I
child.
will not view them.
Yeah. You're a sweet summer child, but according to Disbrew, wait until she finds out what perineum sunning is. Go ahead, look that up. You know you want to.
I'm already typing.
Yep.
Ew. Oh, I saw this going around on Twitter, right? Isn't that where they have like their legs up in the air or something? No, that's not it. Oh, hold on, let me go look at images.
I don't know about that.
All blurred.
Yeah. PG-13. I'm trying. I was like, just for a second, that's the one, basically. Okay, so I don't know what was going around on social media. All right. But I know what essentially.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, that's perineum sunning.
Yanni's? What is Yanni? Yanni sunning.
Otherwise known as taint tanning.
Yanni paste.
Yeah, the stream is tainted now. Oh. Stephanie is the same woman who never heard the expression hide the salami. Or hide the sausage. Anyway. Black holes. Shut up. Shut up, Blake. Anyway. Do you want to talk Superman?
Yeah.
Or Lilo and Stitch?
Superman.
All right. We'll go into the bounding into comics article first real fast because new trailer dropped and it arrives with the engineer and the hammer of Baravia in action. I almost said Bavaria. And this one here, this is a scene here because it opens up with this scene and I wanted to punch Lois Lane.
Yeah.
So hard.
So did I.
So,
I see like a bunch of people defending that scene, saying that like Superman gave her consent, he gave her permission to give him an interview for her to interview him as Superman, and since she's such a ball busting reporter, she's going to take that seriously and really ask him the hard questions, and that's totally fine. Like I don't mind that if they want to do that and in the movie, sure. Go ahead, but without more context to that scene, because people were adding that context in. We don't really know, right? People were adding all of that context in, but that's not a scene that I want to see in a trailer. I don't want to see them fighting, arguing. I don't want to see Lois acting, super insufferable in the trailer. I don't want to see that in the trailer. I want to see something.
I think at this point she knows
still something that I didn't get.
Yeah, I don't. So, and then, like, would you want like to play the trailer? I'll risk getting copyright claims, basically. But
yeah, it'll probably get you. They'll probably get you.
So, but if you have, well, I don't know. I don't really want to get hit during the stream because Warner Brothers might do that. They'll definitely claim it afterwards. They'll definitely claim it afterwards if I play it. So if you haven't seen it, introduce the engineer, the hammer.
Yeah, the only part in that scene that I like was I like it and I don't like it because you hear him speaking as Clark. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. It's kind of this high-pitched voice. And then once he sits down for the interview, and she's interviewing him as Superman, he's got like this whole change. He sits up straighter. He's a little bit more serious, a little bit more calm, and he's like, Miss Lane. His voice changes. I like that separate thing, that they have going on there. That was kind of cool. That's it. That's it. Because after that first thing, Miss Lane, after that, he's like, I was trying to save the people. Like, I'm like, oh, nope.
So, but anyway, but in terms of like trailers, let me see if I can find it again, because, hold on.
Which trailer are you looking for?
The fan-made trailer, Perry Chan.
The one by Perry Chan?
Yeah.
Okay, I can pull it up for you. Well, yeah, that was like the only thing that I. Here you go. I'll share my screen.
Yeah. Go back to the screen.
Ready?
All right. This is how
will they claim you for this music though?
It'll definitely get claimed. If it gets cut, well, I'll tell you because I have the YouTube side up, and I'll just say stop playing it because it'll come back.
It's just so odd. The marketing for this film, because in this newest trailer, this lengthy trailer, before this, we haven't really heard anybody speak. I haven't really heard much from anybody, any conversations happening, nothing like that. And we've only seen like a beaten down Superman, right? I wanted to see something a little bit more hopeful in this newest trailer, and that's just not what we got. It was more beaten down, more whiny Superman. And if I wanted to see like a distinct contrast between James Gunn's new Superman and Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill Superman and Zack Snyder's Superman, because have you seen that side by side that someone made?
I think I have, yeah.
I'll pull it up after this.
Yeah.
But everything is like basically they put a lot of shots side by side. The only difference is the color palette. It's a lot brighter. Yeah. And I even saw someone saying like, I'll accept this movie because it's brighter. Like, what the heck? So it's brighter. It's the same movie, just brighter.
Yeah.
But I think that this whole movie is going to be a James Gunn insert.
James Gunn got lucky with Guardians of the Galaxy, and like now people like treat him as if like he's God's gift to DC. And I'm like, no, he's not. Anyway.
I'm looking forward to Lex Luthor. That's
he's the only one in the movie where
he's the character that I'm looking forward to.
Him
I think
and
Nicholas Holt's gonna kill it.
Him and Crypto, just because Crypto's a dog and I like dogs, basically.
I don't care about Crypto.
But the human characters, Nicholas Hoult, basically, because he's he's a good actor and he looks like he could be a good Lex in this movie. So,
I'm looking forward to Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I don't really care about Crypto because I like that Super Pets movie. And that's a great Crypto in that one. All right.
Your choices, your actions, that's what makes you who you are.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
Yeah, this is how you cut a Superman trailer.
Huh?
This is how you cut a Superman trailer, basically. This is like the Superman you want to see.
Yes.
Now, I agree with you. I agree with you, Death, where it's like, yeah, it's not really a Superman movie because like it's so bloated with characters. I would rather just see Superman and Lex, basically. But yeah, so but this is how you cut a trailer for a movie starring Superman.
I love this scene. I hate what she's wearing in this scene, though.
Mm-hmm.
I hate why are we? What is that? What is her name in Miss Congeniality? Sandra Bullock's character, where she's like she's the FBI agent. This is pretty much her outfit.
Oh my god, I'm blanking. I know the movie. I know. Oh, I'm blanking. I know, but she wears like those man shoes, basically.
It's Lucy, isn't it? Lucy or Gracie?
Gracie
Hart.
Yeah.
She's wearing Gracie Hart's outfit.
Yeah.
You know, with the man loafers and the pants. She's wearing Gracie Hart.
Michael Caine comments on it, like, you know, it's like the horrible shoes she's wearing in Miss Congeniality. That's what it feels like. Yeah.
I don't like it. Like, give her Lois Lane's outfit. Let's put her. I don't like that she's wearing pants and man shoes.
No.
Give her a pencil skirt and some really cute heels. There's nothing wrong with that. She doesn't need to be wearing.
Well, see, the thing is, like,
man shoes to be taken seriously.
You can't wear heels, Steph, because that would be giving into the patriarchy. So she can't be wearing heels. Don't you know that? She can't be wearing a skirt either because you can't have the male gaze in this movie.
Like, if you,
I know, but I agree with you basically.
If you like put your hand, look, if you put your hand over, okay, if you put your hand over their heads and just show the feet,
yeah,
is it kissing a man or a woman?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying like that's the mentality basically. Is
you
like,
know,
you know,
like stick your hand over the waist
like
up. Is he kissing a man or a woman?
Yeah, so. There.
That was so good.
Yeah, it's got the iconic Superman music. It actually has Superman looking like a hero, not getting beaten down so much. Like, yeah, he's not exactly
no one's
like
scolding him.
He's not exactly one-shotting the bad guys. Like, they are holding their own against him, but he's also holding his own against them. He's saving people.
You don't see all of because the conversation is no longer about, you know, predicting the movie and Superman. It's about all of the characters that are surrounding Superman in a Superman movie and how bloated the movie is going to be. How
it does look bloated. Like, they have so many characters. So I'm like, Superman's supposed to be the focus, and you're introducing all these other characters. I'm like, why? Like, it's not a Superman movie anymore, basically. It's a Justice League. It's like the start of a Justice League, pretty much. You have Supergirl, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, basically.
Yeah, I don't think Supergirl's going to be in it much. But speaking of those characters, though, their costumes suck. They suck. I hate their costumes. Honestly, the CW did it better. The CW, especially Hawkgirl.
Yeah, say what you will about Zack Snyder, the costumes in his movies were better. Like, they at least they fit better. They fit better, basically. And like, whatever you want to say about the movies, the costumes were on point.
Yes, they were very much on. You looked at his costumes, you looked at the people cast, and they looked like superheroes. This one looked like they're going to a con, especially Hawkgirl. Her helmet looks stupid. It looks ridiculous. The costume in CW looks so much better. Mr. Terrific, like, even his costume, his jacket's too bulky. In CW, yeah, his face looks kind of wonky. It's not very good, but the costume is like form fitting. It's fitted to his body.
Mm-hmm.
And Guy Gardner just doesn't look good in his either.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but anyway, according to what I was seeing in terms of Superman news, see if I can find it. Now, I'll believe this when I see it, basically. But according to sources, Superman box office tracking predicts massive opening weekend for DCU movie. I would not be surprised if it does well. I would not be surprised if it does well. People, like, there are people who are hyped for this movie. There are people who are like maybe seeing it because they're fans of James Gunn, pretty much. But like, there is still hype behind this movie, despite the lackluster marketing and trailers. Yeah, like the material and the S are horrible. Yeah, the costumes are like they suck in the movie basically, but this is on track. Let's see, where is it? Let's see. According to trusted insider Jeff Snyder on the recent episode of the Hot Mic podcast, he has heard that Superman is tracking towards a massive 175 million opening in North America. If Superman does end up opening beyond 166 million domestically, it would mark the best opening ever for a movie based on a DC Comics character. That's what it's tracking according to these sources right now. But I'm waiting to see what it actually, the closer it gets to the movie's release. So the movie hits theaters July 11th, so about a week after Independence Day. This movie's slated to drop. I'll believe it. I want to see the numbers closer to the actual release date, because right now we're about 2 months out, and anything can change in that 2 months. I think the trailers have been lackluster so far. I am not inspired by this Superman at all. Because Superman of the Justice League characters, of the main Justice League characters, is supposed to inspire hope, and I'm not feeling that at all with what I've seen. I don't mind seeing him get beaten down, because if he's fighting someone who's on his level, yes, it's not going to be an easy fight for him. But at the same time, if you're going to show that, then show the counterbalance to it, pretty much, and then like him holding his own, fighting, basically, saving people and going pound for pound against the hammer of against the Hammer or Mr. Terrific, or like he's fighting a kaiju in this movie. Why is there even a kaiju in this film?
I don't mind that. I don't mind the kaiju.
I'm just saying, like, it's like pick a lane and stay in it. Like, that's why I said there's so much happening in this movie. I think there's too much happening in this movie where it's even like you could have the kaiju, but have like Lex releasing it, and that's what the Superman has to deal with. Leave out Hawkgirl. We do not need Supergirl. All right, maybe have one of the Green Lanterns make an appearance to help him fight. I would have rather seen Hal Jordan or John Stewart, not Guy Gardner, but have like maybe one of the Green Lanterns help him fight it. That's it. It should be. But then you have Brainiac in it as well. I'm like, too fucking much is going on. And you need what I've always said with like origin type films, basically, even though it's not exactly an origin, like Superman origin film, but when you have the foundation film, and whatever it is you're doing, you should follow, in my opinion, this one simple rule. All right? The acronym KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. All right? We don't need all of this. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. It's a setup. It's the foundation. We do not need all these characters. They can be introduced later on, because we know that Justice League is going to happen at some point. We know that. We do not need all these characters right now.
Someone put together a list of all the characters revealed so far in Superman. And so it's Superman, Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho, The Engineer, Ultraman, Rick Flag Sr., Supergirl, Maxwell Lord, Kryptonian Robots, Krypto, Jonathan Kent, Martha Kent, Perry White, Jimmy Olsen, Steve Lombard, Cat Grant, Ron Trope, Otis.
Like, see how much like that list? Too much right now. And I know like you. I know like
parents,
I want
Jonathan and Martha Kent. Sure, that's fine.
Well, the Kents, yeah,
Jimmy
obviously.
Olsen,
Perry White,
totally
Jimmy
fine.
Olsen, Perry White. I'm saying like those are fine. Perry White, Jimmy Olsen, they're part of the Daily Planet. Basically, they're part of the Daily Planet along with Lois Lane. So I expect to see those characters. But in terms of like say the superheroes and the bad guys we see, that's where it's getting so fucking bloated. Pretty much. Like all these, why is Hawkgirl in it? Why is Supergirl in it? Why is Ultraman? Why is Mr. Terrific? Why are they all in it?
Yeah, why Ultraman?
I'm just saying. Like, thank you for the $10 super chat.
And the monkeys. We forgot the monkeys.
How would you like a Batman film with Michael Keaton as Batman and Heath Ledger as Joker, also Wonder Woman, also Green Lantern, also Supergirl, also Hawk, also Scrotum? No. Well, Michael Keaton did come back as Batman, and they ruined him pretty much in the Flash movie. That would have been nice to see him.
He was wasted in the Flash movie.
I'm saying like they ruined him. He was wasted. But anyway, so that's like so right now, as of about 2 months out from the movie, it is tracking to be a massive box office success the opening weekend. However, I said I'm going to be keeping on abreast of this, and I want to see what those box office numbers become. If they increase, I think they're likely going to decrease the closer we get to the actual release date for the Superman movie. Hey, Sentai. So we will see. But that's basically the Superman news we have. The trailer dropped. I was underwhelmed with it. Like I said, I think James Gunn got lucky with the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and has since then shown himself to be a one-trick pony in how he tells the story, writes the stories, tells the stories in his films, basically. But somehow he fails upwards every fucking time. But that's just my opinion of James Gunn.
I'm gonna give this movie a chance, a real chance, because I want DC to do well. I want to see more DC superheroes.
I see Hollywood tracking to go more towards video game adaptations.
Oh yeah, well definitely that's going to be the trend for right now. Yes, 100% they are. And board games and toys, because there's so many of those movies in production because of Barbie. So especially like with the success of the Minecraft movie, yes, they're 100% going to lean into video games right now. But like with DC, I want more DC movies. Like I'm so spent on Marvel, I could care less. I want to see superheroes that I grew up loving. So I'm going to give this movie a chance. I want it to be good. I really do. And that's why I'm so upset with these stupid trailers, because I don't want to see a fucking bitch Lois Lane. I don't want to see a bitch Lois Lane. Now, Amy Adams wasn't my favorite Lois. I think she was very miscast. I didn't like her as Lois either. I can't remember the girl's name that's cast as Lois Lane in this one.
I don't recognize her at all.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but she looks incredible. Like she looks great as Lois Lane. Please dress her like Lois Lane. You know what I mean? Like I hate that she's wearing those goddamn man boots and those pants. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
You know, because when they announced that casting, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks great. I love this guy as Superman. He looks great. And I love this girl as Lois Lane. She looks amazing. Like they both look freaking amazing. And I feel like they made her look really frumpy in this one. Like she is such a beautiful actress, and they made her look frumpy. Like her hair doesn't even look.
I'm saying that's mentality
going up in the air and he's kissing her. Yeah. Like her hair doesn't even look combed.
I'm saying like basically that's mentality. Like the whole fucking male gaze bullshit. It's like we got like I said, God forbid she be wearing a pencil skirt or something feminine. In that scene to say, hey, yeah, he's kissing a woman. Like if you were like not see their heads, he's kissing a woman.
Thank you. As much as I did not like Amy Adams as Lois Lane, at least they dressed her like a woman would dress.
Yeah,
Terry
Hatcher, she dressed like remember like the
Terry Hatcher was the best,
and Margot Kidder I like, like, even though I wasn't exactly a fan of like Superman movies, she at least dressed feminine as Lois Lane in the movies.
Yeah.
So
All of the shots of Lois in this movie, it looks like she doesn't take care of herself, like her appearance. Like, my job comes first. I don't care what I look like. I don't need to look good to do a great job as a reporter.
pretty much. That's what it seems like. All right, but let's talk about Lilo and Stitch. A little bit of Lilo and Stitch. We're going to go through these articles pretty fast because we have like the box office predictions, Pleakley not wearing a dress, no Captain Gantu, and early reactions to the Lilo and Stitch film. Right now, like I said, kind of like with the Superman movie, I'll believe it when I see it, essentially. But after these pre-sales, what?
That's you.
Yeah. If I were a Disney character, I would be Stitch. I would be Stitch. I think it would be Stitch.
You should get the Stitch Lego and put it together.
If it's on Throne, I'll put it on my Throne list. I'll see if it's on Throne.
Yeah. I kind of want to get it and put Stitch and Hey Hey together. Like, that's me and Mara.
Yeah, that pretty much is. Like, I'm the little blue devil, and she's the
mindless chicken. The mindless, colorful chicken.
But anyway, like after these pre-sales, Lilo and Stitch's box office reaching 1 billion looks inevitable. I don't know if it'll reach 1 billion, but it'll do well. It'll do well.
I think if it doesn't reach it, it'll get really close because I already see the excitement for it on Instagram and TikTok. People are really excited for this movie.
Lilo and Stitch already has the best pre-sales for a PG movie in 2025. The upcoming Disney film is outpacing a Minecraft movie in pre-sales. Advance ticket sales for Lilo and Stitch began last week, and according to Deadline, the first day pre-sales exceeded the 2025 record set by a Minecraft movie. Minecraft is only second to the Chinese film Ne Zha 2 at the worldwide box office for 2025.
Yeah, Minecraft really benefited from walk-up sales. There were a lot of walk-up sales, and it makes sense because a lot of kids in high school got dropped off by their parents and purchased their tickets when they went to the theater that night. So Minecraft really had a huge walk-up sales numbers. I don't want to look it up, but they did. They benefited from walk-up sales. I don't know if that's how it's going to be with this movie, but for sure the excitement is there.
Well, it's being released during schools' spring breaks. You have Memorial Day weekend coming up. So I think families are going to take advantage, of taking their kids to see the movie. And I think that'll be most of the walk-ups, pretty much. Families are now that we have a break and we can take the kids to see the movie anytime during the day, sort of a situation. We don't have to wait until the weekend. I feel like it's going to do well because of that. And I don't think there's any other kids movies coming out anytime soon because you have the Mission Impossible movie. The Final Destination movie came out this weekend. Is there any other movies geared towards kids coming out because I can't think of any. I don't think it has any competition in that regard. In terms of movies geared towards the younger demographic. But when's the How to Train Your Dragon live action coming out? Because I thought that was later this year.
That comes out in June.
Okay. So
that comes out in June.
It still gives Lilo and Stitch some time. And I'm of the impression that since, with the exception of the casting choices, How to Train Your Dragon is like a shot for shot of the animated film. So if you're going to watch anything, watch the original animated trilogy. What you watch in the animated trilogy is pretty much what you would watch in the live action version anyway.
100%. The animated How to Train Your Dragon trilogy is incredible. I love it. It's one of my favorite animated trilogies. It has so much heart, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I need to go to Florida to check out the Isle of Berk at Epicverse. I have a ticket. I need to go. I just don't know when I'm going to go. But that's here nor there. That's not here nor there. That trilogy is incredible. If you haven't watched it, you really should watch it. Even though I love that trilogy, I still want to see this movie just because it's a different medium. It's live action. So far, everything looks really good. Gerard Butler is coming back to play Stoic. He played the voice of Stoic in the animated movies. So I really want to see that. I think he's the only voice actor that's coming back to play the actual live action character. I'm pretty sure he's the only voice actor. They could have brought in some of the actors that did the voice work because they're still working actors in Hollywood, but he's the only one that came back. So as much as I dislike some of the casting, especially Hiccup's friends, I want to go and see what they did with it. I want to see what they did with it because it has the potential to do really, really well. So I love that.
Well, I'm just not sold on seeing it even in a different medium because, like I said, it's a shot for shot live action.
So it's the Lilo and Stitch movie. That's what I've seen so far from it.
Like I said,
Mara's like, but I like Lilo and Stitch.
No, but at the same time, it's like they still have made changes to the live action version of Lilo and Stitch, like the removing of Captain Gantu, kind of changed the Cobra Bubbles in a sense with the casting of Courtney B. Vance. So it doesn't seem like it's entirely a shot for shot remake. So
yeah, I mean, so
unlike
far
Tale of King Dragon
is shot for shot, but I don't mind it. It's a different medium, so I'm gonna go and see it and see if it's any good.
So if I watch it, it'll be a special copy. Like I don't like.
And I think that they're gonna add in. They have to add in some stuff because like animation, you can make those movies short because they are animation, but to make them longer, in a live action setting, it makes a little bit more sense, which is why some scenes were added to Lilo and Stitch because it's animation. So to go from animation to live action, you do have to change a few things, right?
Well, yeah, I agree there because not everything translates from one medium to another. So it's like for example, basically, like I mentioned, Jumba and Pleakley, went in the animated film, they're dressing in human clothes, but they still look like they're alien selves, which would not exactly be believable in a live action setting. So to have them use devices that changes their appearance so they appear as human makes more sense. Which, to bring that up, since we're gonna still talking about, people are upset that Pleakley is not going to be wearing a dress and a wig, and the director's like, "I tried." I know people are upset about it, which it is very fucking dumb. Again, dumb. It's not a trans allegory. They're trying to spin it like it's a trans allegory. No, it's just Pleakley dressing like the wife and the couple because they're trying to pose as humans, and he has an affinity for humans. He loves to study humans. Like he is the Earth expert.
He's the Earth expert. Yeah.
So like he's liking it because of the fact it's like human characteristics. So it's like it's just a disguise. But like people are upset because like he's not wearing a dress, and the director's like, I tried. So fans of the original film have some questions. Like, why is Pleakley not wearing a dress? It's like Camp is Dean Fleischer Camp is responding to. He's like, I just want to say I tried. I'm sure you really fucking tried, dude. Since for proof he shared what appeared to be his original concept drawings for Pleakley wearing a wavy red wig and a blue dress. Let me see. So okay, that's Stitch.
Here, can I share this with you?
Yeah, I have to stop sharing my screen. So share it again.
That there was like an influencer who did Pleakley drag to the premiere.
Yeah.
All right. So this guy's a theme park influencer, but he gets invited to a lot of red carpet. He says, if you want to see Pleakley in drag, sometimes you just got to do it yourself. Yes, this is a dude. This is his drag. Here's Pleakley. This is how he went dressed to the premiere. Look at Bigfoot.
Okay, you're a dude in a dress. Pleakley has one eye. Like, you know, it's like, what's... All you do is look like a dude in a dress.
He's Plinkly.
God. Anyway, like I said, you know, we're not really going to go into this article, but according to this site, but no, like tracking looks good, but no Captain Gantu. Highly anticipated live-action remake is just days away. Currently tracking at an opening of 120 million for the 4-day holiday weekend. However, it's been revealed that Captain Gantu will not appear in the film.
Yeah, I don't mind that because I was already kind of worried about the aliens and how they were going to look in the live action movie because like as a kid they kind of scared me a little bit. They freaked me out a little bit. Especially like the queen alien, you know, that look kind of creeped me out a little bit, but
the leader?
Huh?
The leader?
Yes.
I don't think it's like queen, but like she's kind of like their leader.
Yes. So yeah, the design kind of freaked me out a little bit growing up. So I was like, I was worried about how they would translate to film. Like Jumba and Plinkly in live action look creepy. They look shiny, they look slimy, they do look creepy. So I don't mind that they kept Captain Gantu out of it.
Well, I'm just wondering, without Captain Gantu, it's like what they're going to do, because that's going to be kind of a major change in the plot, because his whole point is like he's not the villain, but like he comes in at the third act onto Earth to capture Stitch because Jumbo and Plinkly have been failing repeatedly this entire time. So what's the leader's name? I can't remember, but she sends Captain Gantu to Earth to fix everything and to capture Stitch. So like I'm wondering like how they're going to handle that plot thread without him being there, sort of situation, because that does alter the plot quite a bit. Where it wouldn't be a shot-for-shot remake if you're removing that character. Now, his character is huge, so that would go into the CGI budget. But how would they handle it? He becomes a villain in the TV series. But then, like in the movie, he's just sent basically to fix. Well, I'm just saying it kind of does. Like it kind of does ruin the original story because, again, I understand why they might not include him, because that would eat into the CGI budget because his character is huge. He's a huge alien. But at the same time, it's like, what would they do? How are they going to handle that?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I don't know who Swoozie is. I'm just saying. I'm not saying necessarily it's a bad change, but I want to see how they handle it, because that does alter the story quite a bit. Grand Councilwoman. Okay, I couldn't remember what her title was. So, and the last Lilo and Stitch article I have. Let me just click close these.
What happened?
Is early reactions are positive.
Oh, I'm asking the chat. Steph, do you know about Swoozie?
Yeah.
Sonic. What happened to Swoozie? Is it the YouTuber Swoozie?
I don't know, Tara. But first reactions praise film as heartfelt and easily the best Disney live-action remake yet. Let's see. Critic Wendy Lee Zanny, I don't know. Lilo and Stitch is the best Disney live action to date. Seeing Stitch in his live action form on the big screen brings on a huge wave of nostalgia. Tons of laughter and heartwarming moments. The film had similar beats to the original, as well added something new flavors. The film had similar beats to the original, as well added something new flavors.
Wait, what?
Bitch, you're supposed to be a writer. The film hit similar beats to the original, okay, as well added something new flavors. is that even fucking English?
I don't think that's English.
I'm like, I just had an aneurysm reading that.
I don't get excited about early reviews. I don't trust reviews. I don't trust early reviews. I would rather go and watch it and judge it for myself.
Oh, yeah, I get
because
that.
like early reviewers, they love almost everything.
Pretty much. I'm seeing it for Stitch. Like these pictures here, I'm seeing it for Stitch. Like the human characters, the actors they got, I'm like, they look very hit and miss for me. Like this is like the reason why I'm watching
the little
this
girl
movie.
that they cast to play Lilo is freaking adorable. Like in interviews and stuff. There's been more and more coming out, like interviews coming out with her, featuring her. And she's like a professional. It's unbelievable how professional she is and how likable she's a child. And like she's more professional. She's more professional than Rachel Zegler. It's incredible.
So I will I will not deny that she's cute. I'm just iffy on her acting.
I'm iffy about it as well, being as I think this is her very first movie, and throughout the entire movie, she's acting against a doll, essentially. So I think her acting is going to be hit and miss throughout the movie. You know what I mean? Because it's her first movie, and I think like even who was it? The most seasoned actors have a hard time acting against nothing, you know. So, and she's the first one, and this is her first movie.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna hold that against her for like in that regard. I'm just saying I'm gonna wait and see because the movie comes out this weekend, and I'm going to be watching it one way or another.
Mara, that gun is pointed at my head. It's pointed at me.
I'm sorry. I cannot help the Black Lagoon characters. I cannot help it.
Right at me.
Here, I'll do this.
No.
There, it's no longer. It's pointed at like the Alexander Skarsgård article.
Oh, every time I close a tab, the article that I had up of him comes up with his boots.
Yeah, kinky sex, BDSM, Alexander Skarsgård, and Gimp masks. Papillion seduces cons with 7-minute standing ovation. So,
look, this is the same film festival that gave, isn't this the same film festival that gave Lady Gaga like an 11-minute standing ovation for Joker 2?
I think so.
Right? Isn't that where that happened? So I could give a fuck what these people are standing up and clapping at. Okay, they clearly have no sense of taste. Otherwise, they would be booing this man.
You want to hear the description of the movie?
Not really, but you're gonna tell me.
Anyway. I'm going to do it anyway because you showed me the scrotum filler.
Ugh.
Pillion basically follows Colin, played by Melling, a weedy wallflower letting life pass him by. Its official synopsis reads, that is until Ray, played by Skarsgård, the impossibly handsome leader of a motorbike club, takes him on as his submissive. Ray uproots Colin from his dreary suburban life, introducing him to a community of kinky queer bikers and taking all sorts of virginities along the way. But as Colin steps deeper into Ray's world of rules and mysteries, he begins to question whether the life of a 24/7 submissive is for him. Has he found his calling or simply swapped one form of suffocation for another?
This is 50 Shades of Grey for gay men.
Pretty much. But
yeah,
it might be more accurate to BDSM.
Sounds like what this is. It's 50 Shades of Grey for gay men.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know how well those movies do. We all remember Bros.
Yeah.
All right. But this is clearly targeted at a specific genre of audience.
Yes. And this
50 Shades of Gay.
This movie got a 7-minute standing ovation.
Look, Hollywood's weird. Of course they're going to give them a standing ovation after watching so much gay stuff. Ugh.
Okay, last couple things I have.
What happened? What happened to you, Alexander? I keep looking at his photo with his goddamn boots.
I still can't believe you didn't
this
see that
man?
picture. I still can't believe you haven't seen those pictures. They were all around X, and even I
I
saw
have
them.
never seen these pictures.
I was like, even I saw them, and I'm barely on social media anymore.
I have never seen these. Here, look. I'm going to share them with you, and then I'm closing the tab. His fetish boots.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's the dom in the movie. He's the dominant.
Look at him. There's no shame in his face either. Like, he looks like he is having the time of his life. He is finally stepping into who he truly is. Look at this. Look at him.
Yeah.
He looks way too comfortable. Look at the guys behind him. This dude is staring right at his boots with a face of like disapproval, just complete disgust. He's judging him 100%. So is this guy. This guy is judging him as well, staring right at him. This guy, he's just completely disgusted. These three men are me in a nutshell. They're just like, good God, what is going on? They even did a close-up of the boots. No, I don't love. I gotta close out this tab. It's upsetting. It is upsetting. Gone are the days of Eric Northman and masculinity. Dude, what was that movie that he was in? I freaking loved it. Was it called The Northman? I think it was called The Northman. All right. I think it was called. He was incredible in that movie. He was even good in Tarzan. Okay. He was even good in Tarzan.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't with these boots. The last guy I saw wearing these boots was Pedro Pascal. And Pedro Pascal is gay.
Yeah. Speaking of Pedro Pascal, I will share the article that you shared with me.
Closing out this tab is making me mad.
Yeah. Basically, Pedro Pascal says, F the people that try to make you scared when asked about U.S. political chaos. Fight back. Don't let them win. How this man keeps getting work, I have no idea. So, Pedro Pascal had a strong message about the current political chaos in the U.S. at the Cannes press conference for Ari Aster's Eddington, telling journalists, fuck the people who try to make you scared. When the cast, also including Joaquin Phoenix, Emma Stone, and Austin Butler, was asked if they were worried about re-entering the U.S. after making a film with such a strong political message, Pascal answered, fear is the way that they win. Well, like, why would they be worried about re-entering the U.S.? Why would they be worried about re-entering the U.S.?
What movie did they make?
I don't know, but it's a strong political message. I'm like, with the exception of Pedro Pascal, because he's an immigrant.
Yeah.
The others are U.S. citizens. So what would stop them from being able to re-enter their home country?
Fear is the way that they win. There's no fear. They're citizens of the United States. They are allotted all the freedoms as of citizens of the United States. There should be no fear in his eyes.
Okay, the A24 film Eddington, which doesn't shy away from skewering the MAGA movement, is set at the height of the COVID pandemic in May 2020 and follows a standoff between a small-town sheriff, played by Phoenix, and Mayor Pascal that sparks a powder keg as neighbor is pitted against neighbor in Eddington, New Mexico.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember reading about that film. That's right. They're making a COVID movie set in a small town in New Mexico. That's right.
So
I forgot about that.
And they kind of conveniently forget that was basically at the end of Trump's presidency, and Biden took over. And that's where it really got fucked. They conveniently forget that part. That Biden screwed the economy even more so following that pandemic from the leftists. But yeah, it's a COVID movie that skewers the MAGA movement.
Did you see that Biden was diagnosed with prostate cancer?
No.
Yeah, he's got aggressive prostate cancer.
Are they finally going to come out and say he has dementia as well? Because there's no way he has his mental faculties also.
I don't know. But there's so many people. When that news came out, in the comments of the announcement, there were a ton of people saying, oh, this shouldn't have happened to him. It should happen to Trump. Like wishing prostate cancer onto Trump.
Yeah.
A ton of people in the replies were saying that. Like right away. Should have been Trump. It should be Trump. Trump needs to have cancer. Trump's the cancer. He should have cancer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The tolerant left, pretty much. And the last thing I want to show with Pedro Pascal. I saw this.
That's really dumb. Fear is how they keep you quiet. Guess who stayed? Who they were forcing or trying to force to keep quiet? It was Gina Carano. It's easy to have that opinion. Yeah. I wrote that on Twitter. It's easy to have that opinion when you've never really dealt with any consequences of things that you have said, both in the media and online and on your personal platforms. Like it's so easy to have that opinion. Whereas if you look at other actors, conservative actors, like out conservative actors who are conservative and who have talked about their beliefs politically, they're blacklisted or they're fired. You know, they're shamed into silence, or they're made to put out an apology or some shit. Like it, and they are blacklisted from Hollywood. It's so easy when you're the golden boy of Hollywood because you check all the boxes. You're white passing, but you're not white, right? You're an immigrant. You have the correct political opinion, and from what I've heard, you are also gay. So you are 100% protected and promoted in Hollywood. You are pushed by the Hollywood machine. So it's so easy to have that type of opinion when you are basically Hollywood's golden boy. But it's so funny because you're Hollywood's golden boy, but the rest of the world can't stand you.
That's what I'm wondering, how he keeps getting work. He must have a hell of an agent because he's a mediocre actor at best. And the majority of those who like watch Hollywood movies cannot stand him.
Yeah,
they cannot not just his acting, but they cannot stand him as a person. And he somehow keeps getting work. But then again, I'm not surprised there because he does goose step to the appropriate politics that Hollywood likes to espouse, basically. So if you're conservative in Hollywood, you have to keep quiet because otherwise you won't be able to work, since they blacklist you or they make it impossible for you to find work if you come out saying, hey, yeah, I support the right, pretty much. But if you goose step to the leftist politics, you have no problem finding work. You have no problem saying what's on your mind without any slight fear of repercussions or anything like that. So it is what it is. What Weinstein? You know what? I would not be surprised if Pedro Pascal started getting work on Weinstein's casting couch, because he does come across as hella gay. Anyway, but look, I saw this. I don't know what's true. I'm not gonna play the video because it's a YouTube link. But Dakota Johnson revealed that Pedro Pascal told her to open an OnlyFans account. He said that I could just wiggle my toe and make money. Should I do that?
Dude, he's basically telling her you have no talent. Just sell your body online.
Pretty much.
Sell feet pics. This is the only way you're going to be successful. Climb the OnlyFans ladder. Of course he would tell her that. He probably believes in your body. It's your body. Put it out there. It's empowerment. That's right. If you're naked in front of people, that's empowering. So
I wouldn't exactly consider it sexual harassment, but it is cringe. Basically, I get like like the reason why is like you have no talent, so you might as well just wiggle a toe and make money that way, basically. But I'm like I'd be like, dude, like why would that even be a topic of conversation that he would bring up with any woman at that point? So I'm like he comes across as like there's something about him that's so fucking off with him. I can't put my finger on it.
It's creepy. Why would you tell someone that?
It's like creepy. There's something about him.
Are they friends? Like Dakota Johnson doesn't come across as the type of person to have a lot of friends. She's actually like, if you look at interviews with her, she's incredibly introverted. She doesn't come across as someone who would have like a lot of close friendships with people, and she seems very guarded. So
which she seems private, like very private, which I respect. Like because like you should not invade her privacy at all. And I'd be like, if it's like any once said that to me, like any guy said that to me, I'm like, that's creepy. That's fucking creepy. So, and they had to been on their new movie that is coming out. What's it called? Materialists. Mm-hmm. Basically, because that's the only movie I know where they're starring together right now. And I think Pedro Pascal tries to claim that he has anxiety. Because have you seen him on the stage or something like that?
I think that's just an excuse for that's just an.
But he's like, the reason I'm doing this
that he has. Yeah. Oh, it's just my anxiety.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what he says. And I'm like, no, you can't keep blaming that. You can't keep blaming that, basically. Because there was another actor that starred in older movies that had anxiety, and he did not come across as a creep. He just had basically extreme stage fright, which kind of affected his ability to act sometimes, but he never came across as a creep.
Mm-hmm.
The Pedro Pascal just comes across as just a creeper.
He's creepy. He's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
they keep casting him and stuff.
Yeah, he'll touch the female.
And he's got a barrage of fans. That love to call him daddy, and he just eats that shit up. There was an interview, or not an interview. It was some what do you call it? Some quirky thing that they do. They put celebrities in a lie detector chair. Did I show that to you?
No.
So they put him in a lie detector chair. And they asked him oh my god, hold on, I need to find it. But they put him in a lie detector chair, and they asked him a bunch of these questions, and they said if you're feeling lonely or sad, do you go to Pedro Pascal fan accounts and look up stuff about you? And he's like, yes I do. And they're like, do you do it to feel better about yourself? He's like, yeah, to feel better about myself. They're like, what's your favorite one? He's just like, Pedro Pascal fan account. He goes and looks himself up online, so that way he can see how adored he is by people, by fans, and it makes him feel better.
Oh, God. Yeah. Pretty much. So, good night, Ellen Page plus sausage. So, yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it was Vanity Fair, and I think it was on Instagram where I saw it.
It's just weird.
Oh god, it was so pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Robert Pattinson looks cute. Let me find him. Let's see. Nope. He was asked this one question at the very beginning, and he lied. I can't remember what he was asked though.
Yeah, he's bad casting for Reed Richards.
Oh yes, he is 100%. Yeah.
I have no hope for that movie at all. Not just because of Pedro Pascal, but because what I'm hearing about what they're doing with Johnny Storm and everything. So I have no hope for that movie.
Here you go.
No, I've never done drugs.
He's lying.
Is your full name Jose Pedro Balmaceda Pascal?
Yes, my full name is Jose Pedro Balmaceda Pascal.
Are you an actor?
I am an actor.
Are you about to take a polygraph exam?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're trying to make me nervous, and I'm a vulnerable person, and it works.
I'm a vulnerable person.
And I'm hungover.
You just look so dirty there. Like, could you not clean yourself up a little bit before
We're going
this?
to start with the category of your career.
My heart's racing, right?
Yes, it should be.
Yeah, because
Some would say Narcos is when you became a heartthrob. Do you think you're a heartthrob?
I don't think.
Do you think you're a heartthrob? And he says, I don't.
He's lying.
Really? That's right. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm a heartthrob.
How?
Look at his smug face. Yeah, I'm a heartthrob. That's the question that it was. Do you think you're a heartthrob? And he lies and he says, no, I don't think I'm a heartthrob. And he's like, yes.
Am I lying? That's the truth. I'm a heartthrob.
Is it a lot of pressure being a heartthrob?
No.
Do you ever look at Instagram accounts devoted to you being a heartthrob when you're feeling down?
Yes, I do.
Ew. Ew.
Oh my god. You can also trick these tests by believing what you're saying, basically, because it monitors your heart rate and everything. So if you believe what you're saying, you can lie through your teeth.
By clenching your backside?
So I don't want to know how he knows that.
How do you know that?
I don't want to know how he knows that. But at the same time, it's like you can beat a polygraph test as long as you believe what you're saying. Because if you can calm your heart rate and everything and you believe what you're saying, you can beat a polygraph.
What's your favorite account?
It's called Pedro Pascal Fan Account.
Ew.
Why is that even elicit any laughter?
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, he thinks he's a heartthrob, or he knows he's a heartthrob. And he thrives on it.
Yeah.
He thrives on it. And he loves it when people call him daddy.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that one. I think we're going to call it there on that note. Like I said, I had to kind of keep this on the slightly shorter side because you have an internet guy coming over anytime between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow. So I can't be up too late tonight. But I'm actually looking forward to this week's stuff because I didn't say I don't know if I told you, but I'm getting my hair done Thursday finally.
What are you doing to your hair?
Here, I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing.
Okay. Are you gonna send it? Are you gonna text it to me or?
Yeah, I'll text it to you.
Okay.
It's gonna be something like this, like maybe not quite like this, but it's gonna kind of be something like this.
I want to do something crazy to my hair, but I'm too scared. I'm not that big of a risk taker. Still thinking about Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh, come on.
So
I'm
mad.
actually just thinking scrotum fillers. That'll take your mind off of it. But I texted you. Something like that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna look really pretty on you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
So it's gonna be this Thursday at noon. So I was thinking of getting back to reading streams this Tuesday since my schedule kind of is working out where I can do that. But I'm thinking maybe wait until after. I don't know. Should I finish the last 2 chapters and then start 2 Towers as my new hairstyle?
Yeah.
So I only have 2 more chapters in Fellowship of the Ring. I'm on the last 2 chapters.
Yeah. New book, new hairstyle. Yeah. Steph with a bob. I will not cut my hair that short. There's no way I would cut my hair that short. No.
Sorry, High King Feanor. Pedro almost made me my accent. Sorry.
My very first boyfriend looked like Alexander Skarsgård, like height and all that. Like he looked just like Alexander Skarsgård. Maybe that's why I don't like it. I don't know.
And definitely not going the Sinead O'Connor look. I'm not shaving my head or anything. No, not going down. Not going that way. So what I'll try to do is Tuesday, finish up Fellowship of the Ring. Because I only have 2 more chapters, so that will be like Fellowship of the Ring will be done. So next time I could do a reading stream will be like a new book, new look service situation. So that'll be Tuesday. Tomorrow I plan on getting back into Doom: The Dark Ages because I could not stream Friday because my brother was coming over, and then I could not stream Saturday. No, I'm not going to give you a hint. You have to wait to see it. It's like Thursday. I'm getting my hair done.
I have a picture I can show you guys. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. It would ruin the surprise. It's really pretty though.
Yeah.
It looks gorgeous. I want to do something like that, but I'm too scared. I don't like doing I don't take a lot of risks, which is
but you'll see it because I'm getting it done Thursday afternoon, like noon time frame. So definitely see it before the next Talk Nerdy. So yeah, you gotta play the waiting game. Waiting game. And then so plan on streaming Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday will be essentially a watch party of WWE main event. Sort of situation. So I'll be kind of like watching WWE main event and the Pin Down podcast Discord rather than stream. So Monday should be Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday gaming streams, Tuesday reading stream, Saturday no stream. But that is my schedule moving forward, at least with streams. So Steph, let everybody know where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
My Nerdy Home on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. I am going to finish the Avengers Tower this week. So I'll do a couple of Lego streams this week. I think I'm going to do Nerdy News tomorrow instead of on Wednesday. And then the Lego streams will probably be on Tuesday and possibly Thursday. So, but yeah, other than that, I really don't have anything else. Maybe just a couple of videos coming out. That's it.
And Terra Crystal, if you're willing to purchase the facetious one on your Throne suggestions, if you're willing to purchase it, I will put it on my wish list, but I would like you to kind of purchase it right away so it's not on there for long. But yeah, I saw the gift suggestions just now. So Tara, if you're still in the chat, I will do that. And you're like, so like look for it and then just purchase it right away. Because it does look good. I will give it that. It does look good. But anyway, yeah, so that's...
Oh, also, I'll be on Versus tomorrow on Film Threat. So, over on Chris Gore's channel. So, I'll be there tomorrow. That's where you can catch me.
Yeah. So, that's where you can catch Steph. And like I said, tomorrow, I'm planning on, getting back into Doom: The Dark Ages, which I'm enjoying so far. Hopefully, I can start it on the early side so I can go for a bit longer stream. But then Tuesday, we'll be back to a reading stream where I'll be finishing Fellowship of the Ring, the last 2 chapters of the Fellowship of the Ring, and starting the 2 towers. Hopefully the following Tuesday on my YouTube channel. So.
Oh, and I'm also going to be helping host daily on Geeks and Gamers on Wednesday. So.
And there you go.
Come and say hi to me there because I've never done daily before.
All right. You heard her. Otherwise, I'll be breaking kneecaps.
I'm going to be nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
But anyway, yeah, that is Talk Nerdy. And next week, it'll be on her channel, 8:30 p.m. So that will be... She gets to come up with the topics we talk about next time.
I come up with great topics. I mean, did you not read the Scrotum article?
I had no choice but to read it since you shared it.
I can't believe that's a thing.
Actually, I
can't.
can't.
Gone way too far.
Anyway, yep. So thank you, Trey. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, on the note of scrotum fillers. Oh, by the way, Soul Assassin shared Lethal stream because he's streaming now. So go send a super chat to him because he has text to speech now on his super chat and tell him all about scrotum fillers.
Yeah, tell them about big balls.
Yeah. I like you go do that, ladies and gentlemen. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, have a good rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world, and we will see you all next week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Steph's channel. Good night. Take care.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.